Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we're the scouting staff for the Hula Bowl. This interview is sponsored by the Caribe Royale Orlando, which is a luxury resort just a few miles outside of Walt Disney World Orlando. The Caribe Royale offers lavish accommodations, relaxing pools, massive ballrooms, several dining options, and more. Book your dream vacation now at CaribeRoyale.com. Today, I have with me one of the athletes who's going to be participating in the Hula Bowl this season. His name is Casey Washington. He is a wide receiver out of Illinois. How's it going, sir?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Doing fine, man. Obviously, want this Hula Bowl thing to get going because it's a very exciting week. But want to take a time to get a chance to meet you and share your story. So tell us where it all began, man. Let's start from the beginning and go from there. Where are you from?
I'm from Pflugerville, Texas. I went to Pflugerville High School, Pflugerville Middle School, everything in Pflugerville. Um, and yeah, I somehow ended up in Illinois, and I'm here now in an interview with you.
Gotcha. So from Pflugerville, I was wondering how to pronounce that, so I kind of wanted to let you do it. So yeah, Pflugerville High School, kind of in Texas, Round Rock sort of area. And so, buddy, tell me a little bit about Pflugerville High, if you don't mind. Any sort of memories you have playing there?
PHS, yeah. I still miss it. As time goes on, and even just now, for me finishing college, it's weird how like the interactions you have with people and the times that you are there like I was in college, like I was in high school. And after the time has passed, those moments and all that thing just becomes memories. And I think one of the things that has stuck with me since high school and even now from college is just the relationships that I've built with my teammates in high school, the brotherhood that we created there, and just the culture, the overall culture and experiences that I had that has shaped me into who I am now.
Cool. Well, obviously, established yourself there, ended up eventually at Illinois. So let's walk through that journey a little bit, man. You're coming out of high school, the recruiting process is happening. What made you decide on Illinois?
To be honest with you, I wasn't highly recruited out of high school. I didn't really have any idea of how to get recruited, and my dad played college football. So for me, it was just like, how do I play college football? And I'm trying to follow his footsteps. Um, in high school, the X's and O's of the game weren't really a thing for me. I was just kind of out there catching the football and having fun. But yeah, I ended up going to some super the mega camps. I think that's what they call them. Texas A&M Commerce, and Lovie Smith was there. He had a couple other guys on his staff, and they were impressed from the one-on-ones there. And we stayed in contact from a couple other camps after that. And I think like a month after that first camp, they offered, and the original staff was from Texas. Coach Stoker's from Texas, Lovey's from Texas, and it's Power Five. I was at the time, I don't think I had any stars, and it was kind of one of the first Power Five offers I had, and I just kind of ran with it.
Well, hey, I mean, obviously, you get that opportunity and, there's a scholarship waiting for you. Was it a little bit of a culture shock, a little bit going from Texas to Illinois? I mean, how did that work, man?
Yeah, there was some adjusting. The staff and everybody, we got a pretty good relationship just before in the recruiting process to getting to know each other and that whole time. But my biggest thing, honestly, as a Texas boy, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but just the weather adjustment was a big thing for me. And I've never played in 30-degree games, but hey, I got adjusted to it, and now it's something that I'm used to. So it's funny how time works.
Hey, I mean, I understand. I mean, no one really, truly wants to like have the elements play too much of a factor in the game, but it's kind of part of football up north, man. I mean, you kind of need to get used to it, which
Yeah.
obviously you have, and done well for yourself in the Big Ten. I mean, playing against, guys all over. So yeah, I mean, sometimes it's cold as balls. I get it. So, um, well, hey, let's talk about Illinois. So, you get to Illinois. Talk about your time there as a student, if you don't mind. What have you been able to accomplish there as a student?
Just I think the off the field, in the classroom, on the field, all that work is I don't want to say universal, but I think it runs together, and I think just the mindset and the mentality that you have on the field, whether that's, obviously playing football in the weight room and in the classroom, I think they run together. And I think just the approach that I have with working as hard as I can and getting things done when it needs to be done. I think I might not be your biggest academic weapon, but I think my work ethic might help me out in the classroom a little bit.
No, hey, that's fair. I mean, not everybody has like the most, I guess, lavish major or anything of that sort. But I mean,
Yeah.
hey, man, I mean, you were at Illinois for a while, so I mean, I would imagine you already have at least one degree under your belt.
Yeah, I got one under the belt. Might say two coming soon, but I guess only time will tell.
No, hey, that's fine. I mean, you got at least the one, and you're able to take that and move forward with it eventually. So it's
Yes,
fine.
sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
all right, Casey. So, obviously, we actually invited you to the Hula Bowl this season, and we felt like we wanted to have an Illini member down there, and felt like you did a pretty good job. A guy who has solid change of direction, good ball skills, and all that. Let's talk about you as a player. So, first of all, talk about Illinois. Talk about that offense and how you're utilizing it.
Yeah. Coach Lundy's offense, I'm a fan of it. It's very balanced, and with the right pieces in there, it could be very explosive. As we saw at the end of the season, Paddock got in there, and he ran with it. And shout out to Paddock, he did a great job, along with Isaiah Williams and Pat Bryant. The offense it's a fun offense, and it's balanced too. So it's balanced run game, pass game, and also from the X side of the field to the or boundary, I should say, to the field side. And yeah, it could be a fun offense. And um, the back half of the season, I think, is when we made the most growth as a group offensively.
Cool. So, and again, you being a wide receiver, let's talk about you as a wide receiver. So, what do you feel is like maybe your best strength, your best attribute as a receiver?
I think my consistency with catching the ball, I would say that I've done an okay job of catching the ball. Also my intensity, I think, is something that you don't really notice as much, but just the consistency of every play that I am on the field, I try to put the most effort that I possibly can into that play. So I think that might, as far as as time goes on and the game goes on, I think I think I keep a pretty high motor.
Okay, that's solid. That's really all you can ask for is somebody who's dialed in from quarter to quarter and at the very end is able to be dependable. So Casey, I was just going to ask you as a receiver, what's that one route that you love running, man? Like you're in the huddle or you get the call that this play is happening. What's that one that you love running?
During my time in Illinois, the third down slant was a go-to. Whether it was press off coverage, that slant as time has went on was pretty dependable, and it was something that I looked forward to. And I might get in trouble by saying this, but my second best is the fade.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, I mean, as long as the ball is going to you, that's your favorite route.
Hey,
So
look at that.
that's a good way of looking at it. So
Yep.
um, obviously things didn't work out perfectly for you guys this season, but I'm sure that there is a lot that you guys really took in from this past season. You know, obviously having some highs and lows. What do you feel you got out of this season overall? I mean, obviously you guys are playing against some of the top competition in college ball, but certainly able to go out there and have some success. So, talk about the season.
Yeah, I mean, we had our obviously ups and downs. I would looking back on it, obviously all of us on the team would want to have more ups if that now we're looking back. But for me personally, I think just and especially me being an older guy on the team, um, the adversity of um the losses that we experienced were something that it's not fun to lose and no one likes to lose, but it's something that I think has shaped my perspective on how to look at things through football and really just be a light. And when things are down, and whether it's in the locker room or during the weeks, we might have just came off of a loss, just being the guy that tries to rally the team together and bring that energy to practice and be somebody that maybe if there's a freshman or a younger guy that's trying to figure out how to do things, he has somebody to look up to, and I take pride in that.
Well, I mean, obviously, right now you are that veteran leader, for the wide receiving core. And like you said, I mean, you guys faced a whole lot of adversity. Obviously not winning as many games as you want, but I mean, it really does show about a person's character as to how they respond to adversity. So definitely, you guys got through it, and you're better for it in the long run. Let's just kind of take a I don't know, an overall like look at you and your career. Like, what do you think is the biggest difference between you coming in as a freshman and now coming out, done with your eligibility and moving on towards the pros? What do you think is the biggest difference?
I think just the mental maturity that you gain from the time being there. Like I said, my perspective has changed massively since my freshman year. Um, you come in as a freshman and you just played college or high school football, and you're used to running by guys and not really using much technique and kind of getting by just playing football out there and having fun. But when you get to college, there's so much more to the game. You learn the X's and the O's, the fundamentals, the techniques with the details within the details, and I think just time for me as a player and as a person, just being able to kind of go through the fire early. And I had my obstacles throughout the way, and I had bumps in the road, but ultimately I think it's shaped me into who I am now, and I wouldn't change those experiences for anything. And um, yeah, I'm just happy to be here right now.
No, yeah, I understand. So as we continue to reflect, give me one of those great moments, man. What do you believe is like your best moment out there on the field? Can you kind of walk me through like a game or a play or something that you really hang your hat on or what?
That's a tough one. I think since we're talking about adversity right now, I'll bring up the Penn State game. And throughout that game, one of the first plays actually was a double move touchdown. We ran it all week throughout practice. They're putting the pressure on me, saying, "Hey, we're gonna run that double move. Or get ready for it. It's gonna be a big play, explosive. It's a touchdown." So the whole week, we were running those plays, game prepping, and the first play we had some weather out there, and the first play we didn't connect on the double move. And throughout the game, I think just like there's plays here and there where it might have felt like it's an elementary play that should have been completed or something that should have been that momentum that we should have had for ourselves, and it didn't work out the way that we wanted it to. And there was a play, I think it was late in the third quarter. It was formation boundary, I had a one-on-one to the field all by myself, and I dropped a perfect ball from Art Satowski in the left, right there on the 5 yard line, over his head. It would have been on You Got Moss too, but I dropped it. And I didn't have everything figured out as a player then. So that like being playing in 110,000, whatever Penn State is, and just dropping a ball that could change the game for my teammates was something that like it in the moment it sucked. And I was in the moment had to figure out how to handle it because you still got to play football. You can't just go put your helmet down on the sideline and tell your teammate you quit. So that moment for me was huge. And I think it shaped me into kind of who I've become. And like in that moment, I had to tell myself, dude, like this happened. This sucks. This sucked, and I gotta let it go. So in that moment, I let go of that, and the game went on. And there was a couple more plays that came after that with some more adversity. I had a couple plays where I was supposed to throw the ball to somebody else, and I'm not the greatest quarterback
Well, you're
from
not a
tape.
quarterback.
Hey, film doesn't lie. From film, at least, I got a good arm, but those balls were not the best, and I just kept persevering, and I just kept going, and was intentional about talking to myself and being positive. And um, that last, we get all the way to 9 overtime somehow, and that last ball somehow came to me. And it looking on film, it's not like a spectacular one-handed catch, but I'm proud looking back on it and proud of my I think I was 19 or I might have been 21, but feels like forever ago. I'm proud of myself for that. And yeah, that's something that will stick with me for a long time.
Yeah, that was a couple seasons ago, right?
Yeah, I was what 2021,
Yeah.
two
I
years
remember
ago.
watching that one, man, because they ended up wouldn't didn't Brandon Peters come in eventually?
Yeah, he threw it. He threw
And
the
he
last
was
one.
the guy who threw it to you. So I mean I remember that being, 9 overtimes and just thinking, oh my God, when is this game gonna end? But I mean you guys stuck it out and you were able to pull one out. So that was a great moment, man. A great game there at the very end. Very very exciting to look back on. So cool. So obviously Casey, we've invited you to the Hula Bowl so that you can continue to show people that you can run those routes, you can catch those balls, and you know you're now an NFL prospect, man. You're gonna have a chance to interview with all 32 NFL teams and all that stuff here very soon. Have you wrapped your mind around that yet? I mean, that you're an NFL prospect or what?
Um, it's kind of surreal to be honest. Like if you think about it. But this has been my dream my whole life. I've played football since, what, 7 years old. And um, I think you get so caught up in the process that um, in the day-to-day process of things and taking it one step at a time that you don't really look at the big picture much and are like, oh, I'm about to be an NFL prospect. I'm about to do this thing I've been wanting to do my whole life. But that time is here. It's coming up, and it's definitely I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, there's a little bit of nerves going on, but I think they're good nerves, and I'm ready for the opportunity.
Well, cool. So do want to take a moment to really just meet you outside of this game a little bit. I mean, anything about you that you want to share, whether it be your hobbies, your interests, passions, you have anything else going on in your life? Do you have any special talents? Like, can you share something about yourself?
Um, Couple hobbies, I like I enjoy fashion. I like clothes. I like shoes. I might have a little bit too many shoes in my closet, but I enjoy that. Yeah, along with clothes, I try to look at sometimes I look at, runway fashion or whatever it may be, or the Travis Kelsey game day pregame fits. Those are cool to look at too. But I don't know. I listen to music. Uh, listen to Drake, a lot of Morgan Wallen. I'm pretty diverse with my taste of music.
Yeah,
Um,
that's obviously like a little different there.
yeah,
I
there's
mean,
a little bit of contrast there, huh?
yeah. Well, it kind of comes with the territory, coming out of Texas. So,
Yeah.
you gotta, I don't know, lean a little country, and then of course, anything else that, does it for you. No, I get it. So, um, just trying to see like maybe perhaps a bigger picture, maybe somewhere eventually down the line. Like, what do you see yourself doing when your football days are done, man? I mean, you see yourself getting into some fashion some more, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it a couple of times, and it's kind of hard to, put a finger on where I'm going to end up, it like with my game, with my mind and how immersed I am in the football, it feels like coaching would be something that I end up in. And, I'm passionate about coaching and giving back and showing players that, once was me and a young 18-year-old and showing them the way. I think that's something exciting, but I don't know. I'm just so my mind is so locked in on football right now
That's
and
fine. You're just living the moment. I
yeah, I'm
get
just in
it.
the moment right
So,
now.
no, that's fine. A couple other quick questions just for fun. So, let me get some favorites out of you real quick. You got a favorite movie?
Favorite movie, Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. All right, that's a fun one.
Got to
I've
be in the
watched
top
that
five.
one several times. So, um, you said that you like some music from like every all across the board, from country to rap and hip hop and anywhere in between. But what's that one song that let's say it's karaoke night and it's your turn to sing? What's that one that you would feel most confident getting up in front of the crowd and delivering?
Hmm. That's a tough one. Last bowl game, fun fact. Last bowl game, we had a karaoke night in Florida at the bowl game there, and me and Matt Bailey, one of my teammates, we sang Justin Bieber. Um, we got a good response from the crowd, but I haven't. I think you're the second person I've told that I've done that, um, and I don't know if I'm too proud of doing that, but it would probably be a country song. Morgan Wallen. Let's go with "Thought You Should Know" by Morgan Wallen.
Okay, that sounds good. That's fine. So, um, again, from Pflugerville, Texas. Tell me one thing about Pflugerville that you missed the most.
I think just being around. As a kid, you don't realize how easy you got it, and going to high school and getting to play football or a sport with your closest friends is something that I think a lot of guys take for granted, including myself. And yeah, just being around my friends and being goofy and playing football and talking crap to each other on the field. I think that's something that like is very underrated in the process of that I'm in, and I miss that. I miss uh, being around my coaches, being in the weight room with my teammates in high school, and just having those experiences and memories together.
So, if you didn't play football, is there perhaps another sport that you would have pursued, or what?
I want to say like every football player I think is going to be like, oh, I was going to be in the NBA. Like I want to say I was going to be an excellent hooper, but at 6'1" and a half or whatever I am, 6'1", I don't know how realistic those dreams were. I hustle, I go hard, and I would have been a hell of a defender, but I don't know how long that would have carried me. But if not basketball, soccer, goalkeeper in soccer, I think would have been my next sport.
Cool. Well, kind of nice to hear, at least, your interest at that sort of thing. But obviously, man, football is your sport. You're going to get an opportunity here very soon to showcase your talent at the Hula Bowl. Hula Bowl being January 13th, coming up here very soon. I'll see you actually on Monday the 8th when you get down there. But obviously, man, you're gonna sit with all them scouts, do those interviews, but while we're sitting here, why don't we go ahead and tell those people why you would make a great addition to their team? So hit them with your pitch and tell them why you would be a great addition. So go ahead and close us with that thought.
All right. Um, I would be a great addition to the, should I say, blank team or whoever takes me. I think just my consistency. I feel like every day I show up with the same energy. I try to show up with the same intensity and be very intentional about my work and being professional about it. Um, I want to be a guy that in the locker room, my teammates can depend on me for, showing up every day, like I said, and being the same guy, being the same teammate, being the same player. Um, I try to hang my hat on consistency and figuring out what works best for me and really taking like uh, a check with myself and asking myself and going through these processes and um, like I take notes. I take a lot of notes and I got my notebook right here. But just being very when I have structure and the notebook helps, but the structure of what I'm doing is very important to me. And yeah, I I'm gonna sell out every time. I'm gonna go 110%. Um, and I love football. Like football is I know people say have balance in life, but I don't there's not a lot of balance going on over here. I love football. Um, and yeah, I'm ready to take that next step and show the world and show myself most importantly what Casey Washington's all about.
Well, cool. Definitely ready to get to work and show people why you belong in the NFL. So, Casey, best of luck to you. And again, see you very soon. All right.
Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate the time.
No problem. Once again, Casey Washington, wide receiver, Illinois. He'll be one of the players who's participating in the Hula Bowl this season and definitely worth checking out.